welcome back to another video. I'm Charlie, and today I'm going to turn this monitor, this old $15 Goodwill monitor, into a really cool old-fashioned looking Apple monitor. So here's the thing. So basically, I really want an Apple monitor, and I really need one for my LC that I just got that I might be repairing soon. And the only problem is that monitors for older computers are really expensive. They go for like 30 to 60, even more dollars. And I needed a monitor that I could use with them, and I also wanted it to look nice. Unfortunately, for me, if I were to collect more Macs in the future, which I plan on doing, there's a chance that most of them are also going to have monitors as well. So I needed one monitor I could use with all of them, and I'm going to have multiple Apple monitors if I wanted to use them with all these different models, because certain models look better with one type of monitor, certain models look better with some other monitor. So I just wanted a monitor that would look nice with all the computers that I had. And that's why I got this. So here's the story. So first thing I did was to look at the monitors they have. So what I was looking for, what I had in mind was I wanted something that looked totally anonymous, because what I want to do is I plan on spray painting this beige to make it look more like an old Mac product, and I wanted all the labels and everything embossed into the not to be embossed into the case. And I found this Goodwill monitor. I was looking through all the monitors, and all the ones looked really awful because they all had these ugly vents, they all had embossed logos, and I was almost about to give up. But then by the shelf, where I never look, there was this one single monitor, and this thing was perfect. It's small, which is just what I wanted. It has buttons, but everything needs buttons. It has embossed logos, so they won't show up once I spray paint it. And it's perfect. So, and it's also VGA, which I need as well. So I plan on buying one of those adapters where you can basically VGA to the Macintosh format thing. I already have one of those, but I need the special Macintosh monitor cable, but those are expensive too, so I'm just gonna get a different adapter. So anyway, so yeah, basically, what I plan on doing is spray painting it. No, I first plan on cleaning it up, spray painting it beige to match my computers, and then finally I want to add a finishing touch, which I'll get to around the end of the video, and then we'll finish the video. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first thing I want to do is test the monitor, and I wanted to mention I was looking for something that might be a bit older than this, but because like maybe something more thicker, or maybe something with an older format, but this is fine. And also I would like to mention, the space isn't really too much of a problem at the moment with CRT monitors, but if I have to have all these Apple monitors lying around for different systems, then it might be better just to have a flat screen. I plan on getting them in the future if I ever have more money than I do now. But this is also good because it's quite small as well. So I'm going to quickly get a power cable. Here's a power cable, because I haven't tested this, and I didn't test it there because I couldn't find a power cable. But yeah, it comes with a VGA cable, which is nice. I might actually spray paint that too if I really feel like doing. I'm just being an idiot. There we go. And let's turn it on and see if it works. I hope the screen's not shattered or anything. Oh, right, I forgot. And the thing seems to be working. Yep, it works. Colors look fine. Everything looks pretty good. I wonder if this is old enough to work with, like, other computers, like the iMac G3, because some of them have VGA ports, and I have other Dell monitors, like, that are newer than this, like, this other Dell Genesis, but, that one doesn't work. This one might work. This is pretty old, but yeah, so now that I know that it works, let's get started with the product. First order of business is to clean it up. Now, I always do this with whatever I buy from Goodwill, like no matter how dirty it is, but with this there's no exceptions. So basically there's grime everywhere on this because it's been used, and this is obviously from Goodwill. And it's really disgusting. And also, even if I didn't take it off, which I probably would do if I wanted to, because it doesn't matter how the underneath looks after the spray paint. there's still grime like coming out, and it's gonna look really tacky if I spray paint it like this, so I'm gonna clean it anyway. So yeah, so for this we're gonna use some isopropyl alcohol, and if some grime is stubborn, I'm probably gonna use denatured alcohol. Actually, wait, this is denatured, who cares? I don't even care how the case turns out. I heard that it might like damage like denatured alcohol damages black plastics. Like, for example, the Macintosh TV case would like fade the plastics with stronger alcohol. But I don't care about this because this is going to be spray painted anyway. So, just gonna remove all the grime, and I'm not gonna pay too much attention to scuffs. Mainly just the thick grime, and it's, even though this is in the isopropyl alcohol container, it's actually denatured alcohol, and I know I should change. I'm thinking about changing it back because sometimes it's too strong, and this is mainly, and isopropyl alcohol is the primary thing I use for cleaning stuff. So I think I might just put it back in there and then just keep the denatured alcohol in another container. Anyway, seems to be cleaning up pretty well. Back's also really gross, so I have to get in the vent, so I'm probably going to get a Q-tip out at some point. Alright, time for another paper towel. So I'm going to speed this up, and then I'll be back in just a moment. So the monitor is now cleaned up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking it apart to clean it, and so I can prepare it for the spray paint. I haven't actually bought the spray paint yet. I plan on doing that tomorrow. But first we're going to take apart the monitor. So I noticed on the bottom there's the stand has this little swivel part, and I don't want to spray paint that because I want that to still move. So we're going to take that off first. Now I'm using the largest screw size I have, which is a size 2 Phillips head, and it fits perfectly. So that's what I'm going to be using for this entire teardown, unless I have to use a different one. Alright, screwed that back on. Now time to take off the stand. So the way we do this is there's 4 screws up here. So yeah, so now the monitor comes off, and these screws weirdly stay attached. But anyway, this is the monitor stand. This is going to be one of the things that's going to be spray painted, because I want everything to match. So we're just going to put that to the side. I'm going to clean up the separate parts in a moment once I'm done with this. But yeah, this is the monitor without the stand. And I'm not sure about these stickers. So there's a couple stickers on the computer. And I think I'm actually going to cover these when I spray paint it, because I don't want to lose like any important information like the voltage or anything like that, or just in case other things. So I'm going to leave them on for now. These stickers aren't that important. Oh, November 2002. Man, that's pretty old and nice, because they might work with the iMac G3 that I have. So, or G3s. But anyway, taking a quick Google search, I'm supposed to pry off all 4 edges. So I'm not sure if it's like up here or up here or down here. I don't really want to scuff this thing up because I'm going to be using it and I want it to look nice. So, oh, I see a little thing. Yeah, I think that's it. Because I see a little, what's it called? Little hole in the side. And after a bit of patience, finally got the front plate off. So this is one of the things that's going to be spray painted. and I plan on rebranding it, and you'll see how in a moment. And these, I'm kind of concerned about this because I won't know what each button does, but I'm gonna try and like print out something so I know what each of them do. Or I'm just gonna spray paint them completely and then just not use them ever again. I might spray paint these as well because on original Apple computers, because on old Apple computers, these buttons are usually beige to go with the computer. But silver. But if these stay silver, they might look nice. But I don't know. I'll see when I'm done, and I'll decide. Anyway, so we also have to take out the LCD itself because that can't be spray painted. But so I believe you can just lift this off now. And yeah, that was pretty easy. So now we have this piece, the back piece, which is obviously going to be spray painted. And yeah, so now we're ready to spray paint the pieces. And this we're just going to leave alone because I don't want to mess with it and like damage it or anything. So I'm just going to leave this alone. I'm also not going to dust it because I'm too lazy to. So yeah, time to put this on the side. Continue cleaning, and then we'll spray paint the pieces. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be masking off the the labels, because just in case I want to sell this or something, or just in case I need like the specifications or like the original manufacturer, if I wanted to buy another one and do the same thing, that I'm just going to keep them exposed, as well as some of the other ones like the one up there. And also, if you're wondering, I drew on it with Sharpie because I'm going to be spray painting it anyway. So, and also some of the messages are very informative and you should totally do yourself. So, what I'm going to be doing, that's actually too small. I guess we'll start with this other label first. Then move on to the other label because this is perfect. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cover this. This is some masking tape. I had it left over from the Epic Basement project a couple years ago, which is where I am now. So yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to get a razor, and I'm going to slice this. And this is good to know how to do, because if you spray paint things and you want to like keep certain things the way they are, you can do this, and then you peel it off. And now you can spray paint the entire case, but the label won't be harmed. And then when you're done with spray painting, you peel this green tape off, and then the label is perfectly fine underneath. And I want to do that with these little logos on the front of the monitor, like you see these, but I'm unfortunately gonna have to spray paint over them. So I think I'm just gonna put little labels from the label printer above and below the buttons, or even if I can get them small enough on the buttons themselves, but I'm afraid they're probably gonna fall off, so I'm just gonna do it. So I'm just gonna do the so I'm probably just gonna put them above and below, but it might look a bit ugly, or maybe I'll even put like a control sheet of like how to control the thing. But you know what, I'll see what I do when I get to that point. Anyway, now we're gonna do this label. Put that there. And then cut this. There we go. Flawless. That's like this. And then should be a line down here. I'm correct. And and there we are. The labels are done. There's one more label over here. You know what, I'm just gonna do it because why not? I might actually skip this if the video gets too long, because it's not that important. I have some extra I have this extra strip of tape here, so I'll just use that. Perfect. Like so. I might actually change this. Like, I might take the sticker off at some point and put my own label, maybe. That'd be cool, like, when I made it. Well, I did sign the inside of the case. Like, you know how on the old Macs, where if you open one of them up, like an SE or a Plus or something, and you see, like, all the signatures on the inside of the case? Well, I did that with this thing. You know what? I'm going to take this off anyway. I don't care. I'm just going to take it off and then add a new label. Because if you don't know, on the inside of certain Mac cases, they have, like, signatures of the creators on the Mac team, and it's pretty cool to see. So I decided to do that too, like, just in case I decide to sell this in the future or something, or hand it on to someone else, they could, like, see it if they take it apart again, like respray it or something. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna take this off at some point and, like, trace it and make a new label, but otherwise that'll be it for now. Alright guys, so it is now day 2, and I decided to get spray paint today, and this is what I decided to come back with. So this isn't a product placement. I just got this because this was the only this was my best choice. So basically this is like a Krylon Fusion or something. This satin, I guess, which is the color, and it's pretty beige-ish. I wanted to go for like a platinum gray because that's the original color of the Mac, but since they're all kind of yellowed and I don't want to retro bright them because it might make them look really crappy, I decided to get something a bit like more beige, and they also didn't have anything anyway. And this is apparently supposed to bond to plastic, which is what I want, because one thing is that spray paints usually don't bond well to plastics. So allow me to make an example. So as you can see, it's like kind of glossy. However, this is the perfect texture for what I'm gonna do with it, because this is like the exact same texture of an old Mac. So naturally I'd I'd sand it down, but this time I don't want to. But because this one should bond to plastic, it shouldn't have that issue. So, and then also, if you compare this to a Mac, let me quickly get one as a comparison. And by the way, this is another excuse to plug my eBay store. I have this Mac for sale, and it's pretty, and look, as you can see, the colors are pretty much the same. It's just my shadow. It's kind of making it a bit different, but as you can see, the colors are pretty good. And I do plan on and I bet that probably the spray paint will fade like a darker color, perhaps like this eventually, but it's the closest I could get. So I'm hoping that the spray paint will turn out well. And and if you're interested in this SE, check out my eBay store link in the description below. And if you're wondering why it has a price tag on it, I actually made like this little store thing under this table over here. I'm selling some Mac Minis. The others I took away for something, but if I ever plan on selling more stuff, I'll just put more stuff down there. I just thought it was a neat idea, but yeah. Anyway, so now that I'm done with this, let's actually get to the spray paint. Alright, so at this point, I started to spray paint. So one thing you have to know about spray painting is that you don't just spray it all at once and be done with it. You have to add coats, you have to make sure the coats are even, do all this other stuff, and you have to make sure that it looks good. Because if you just spray it on like a maniac or something, it's not going to work. So what you want to do is you want to make these patterns, sort of like the patterns I'm making, where you go in like different directions, spray very lightly and more far away. The closer you are and the more you spray on, the more runny and tacky it looks. So please keep that in note when spray painting. Also, you want to make sure that you add enough coats so that the original color doesn't show through the computer or the paint. And you also want to make sure to be smart about how you spray paint it, because some more difficult parts like the stand and the bezels can be a bit difficult to do since they all have these different surfaces that you have to paint. So make sure you paint all the surfaces, make sure you paint them evenly, and make sure you add enough coats so that it doesn't chip off easily and so that the paint doesn't show through. So once the pieces were all dry and ready to go, I let them sit in the sun and overnight for about, I don't know, around 16 or so hours. This is important because if the paint isn't dry, it will get sticky and you'll leave fingerprints and it won't look very good. And now, time to see if the monitor works. And it does. So now that the monitor is done, there's not much else to do with it, but I did want to make this like an Apple sort of monitor, since now you can't tell what brand it is. Like if you first looked at this, you'd probably not think it was Apple. So what I've done now is, I went to the office supply store and I bought some of this sticker paper, and what I did was printed out some Apple stickers. So now I'm going to cut these out and then put them on the monitor. So the piece of paper comes as like a full sheet of paper. I just got this now, so I'm going to cut it out and put it on the monitor. I'm hoping to put one sticker here, like a small one here. On the back, what I plan on doing is putting another sticker like right here, or right here, or right here. But I haven't decided where yet. So I'm going to start cutting these out, and then I'm going to apply them. That is perfectly centered. And now the leaf. Just gonna perfect. That looks excellent. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I sure did. And here it is on top of my LC as like a comparison. The monitor's primary use, just old Macs. Maybe in the future, if I ever decide to buy CRTs, I might retire this thing or something, or maybe sell it if anyone's interested. But for now, I'm going to be keeping it for myself because it looks really nice, and also it has the spin wheel on the bottom, so I don't have to worry about it scratching the LC. It may sound like it's scratching, but it's not, so that's a good thing. So that'll do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll hopefully be repairing the Macintosh LC in the future so I can try out the monitor with it. But for now, I guess that'll be it. So thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want me to do next. And if you're interested in this kind of content, maybe tune back in, because there might be some more of it in the future. And there will definitely be more repairs, more streams, more videos like this, and just other cool projects if you're interested. So yeah, that'll be it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.